Alright guys, got a knife review today. This is the CRKT RSK MK6. This is a Doug Ritter design knife. Honestly, off the top of my head, I don't know of any other knives that he's designed. But this knife, in the title, at least on Blade HQ, this knife is considered a survival knife. That's actually in the title. I don't know too much about its survival knife capabilities, but I would say this is a fantastic camping or backpacking knife because it is extremely small, extremely lightweight. So I really like it for that. I think it would do really well in that philosophy. Survival knife, it's probably not quite large enough for a survival knife. But if this is all you had on you, you could do a pretty good amount of work with this, and you'd be quite surprised at what you could do with it. It's a 2.95 inch blade. It's a drop point style blade. Hollow ground. It's pretty good grind on the knife. I like it. It slices pretty well. It's a stone wash finish on the blade as well. The weight, it's 2.2 ounces, so it's fairly light. To be a fixed blade, full tang knife. As you can see, the handles are skeletonized, and it's got a cord wrap around the handles, and it's actually quite comfortable. You can get a pretty good grip on the knife. It had a lanyard on it. This is the factory paracord, but it had a factory lanyard on it that was it was huge. I mean, it was really fat and really big, and I didn't like it, so I took it off. but it's fairly comfortable for the size. It's got some jimping here on the spine. You can see it there. It's actually fairly sharp. You can actually get a pretty good purchase on it, and the way they design the blade, it kind of acts as a little bit of a thumb ramp, so you can get a pretty good purchase on that jimping. I don't know what these holes are for. Maybe for striking a fire starter rod or something. Maybe you might can. I don't really know. I'm not really sure what those are for. It might just be aesthetic, probably, I would think. The steel is 8CR13 MOV, which is a cheap steel, cheap Chinese made steel. But for the price of this knife, I mean, that's pretty good. Going back to the spine, the spine is actually really thick. You can see there. You can get a good shot of that. It's really thick. It's not, the tip as well is very thick. So you probably won't get any, digging splinters out, or any, you might could, but the tip is, like I said, fairly thick. But that also makes it strong. So you won't have to worry about breaking it or snapping it or anything like that. And like I said, the handle is wrapped in paracord, and like I said, it's fairly comfortable just to be cheaper paracord. Now this comes with a sheath, and as you can see right here, I've got it as like a neck knife. It's probably pretty large for a neck knife. There's probably a lot better options, but I actually like it as a neck knife. It works pretty well, especially just hiking around or camping, something that's very quick, and if you need it fairly quickly. I'm gonna give you a shot of the sheath it comes with. It's just I guess plastic, I'm sure. But one thing I do like about it, it has a drain hole on the bottom of it, which I think is pretty cool. But you have several different holster. You have several different sheath options. It has like I think it's a molly clip actually, but it can be used as a belt clip. It's probably big enough to use as a belt clip, but it actually screws straight into these holes on the sheath, so it's very strong and very stout. And it comes with this piece of paracord as well, with this little adjustment on it, so you can use it as a neck knife if you want to. So I really like that. And like I said about the strength, since it is a full tang knife, it is skeletonized, but since it's a full tang knife, it's very strong. So you don't have to worry too much about that. Likability, I love this knife. I think it's great for the size. The ergos are really good. It's a very cheap knife, so I really like it. I think it's an awesome knife. This knife on CRKT is, I think, 20 bucks, a penny less than 20 bucks. You can probably get it a few dollars cheaper on Amazon. but I really like it. But I will I'll give you a few field tests on it. Now obviously you're not going to be doing a lot of chopping with this knife because it's so small. It's not going to be very useful on chopping tasks, but as far as getting kindling for fire, stuff like that, it works great. And actually out of box it's extremely sharp, surprisingly. But I'll do a couple tip tests just to show you the strength of the tip, and then I'll make some kindling for you just to show you that. A few tip tests here on our log. It's extremely strong because that tip is just so stout. Extremely thick tip. I don't know that you could break it. I'm sure you could if you get on the right stuff, but it's, and like I said, out of box, it's fairly sharp. But yeah, super stout tip, so I don't think you're going to have any trouble with the tip on this knife. I'll get my little piece of wood here and cut you some kindling just to show you how well it does that. So you can see it ribbons it up really nice. Does a really good job of that. Like I said, it's super sharp out of box. For the price of this knife, less than $20, I don't think you can beat it. For what you're going to use it for, this can be an EDC knife if you know, if you need it to be. If you can fit it into your system, I guess it'll work great as an EDC knife. But as just a camping, hiking knife, works absolutely perfect. So this has been Hunter, HD Outdoors. Thanks for watching.